in tech suit innovation. The TYR Venzo utilizes frictionless fiber construction, surface lift technology, endo compression cage, seamless exo shell, TYR Venzo, Battleborn.
Very warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tour Cross for the British Summer Championships 2019. This is our second session of the day. 800s coming up for the women. Very warm welcome to those of you fanning yourselves inside the venue here in Glasgow, and also those of you watching on the stream wherever you may be. On YouTube, no doubt, skiving off a little bit of a lunch break. Our swimmers are making their way out for our first heat of the women's 800-meter freestyle. These are heat declared winners, so we'll keep you abreast of everything we can. Here we go then, almost ready to go for heat number 1. So, as I say, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome back women's 800 meter freestyle. We've got one heat here. We've got plenty still to come. In fact, 8 in total. And as I said, the medals will be distributed from these heats. We do have a fastest heat, which is coming up in the first race of our final session. But for all of our swimmers in the women's 800, chances to win medals in the race that they swim. So in this one, we've got Katie Taylor from the city of Glasgow. She'll be in the 19 and over category, swimming in the 800 today. Then we've got Lucy Dixon and Ella Falkingham, who are both swimming in the 13-14 year age group. So 8 heats in this session, 9 in total, with the fastest heat coming up at 5 o'clock. And for the 13-14 years, they all know their fate. Come the 7th heat, that's when the last of their age group goes, and that's when we can start to work out times. So as I say, we'll try and keep you as abreast as possible. It's not the easiest keeping track of all these youngsters' times, but we will manage it some way, somehow. Katie Taylor leads the way at the 250 mark by a little distance ahead of the youngsters alongside her. Can we please have John Addy to the timing suite, please? That's John Addy to the timing suite, please. And this is the halfway point. It's Katie Taylor who leads, 4:34.27. Lucy Dixon and Ella Falkingham not too far behind her. Those two essentially racing each other. They can be good guides for their swims. Don't forget, ladies and gents, we are still running our daily competition. Remember, this day's comp is for you to pop out those fans. I know plenty of you are using them inside the venue here at Tollcross. Take a selfie and send it to us. Use the hashtag SummerChamps19. And by the end of the day today, we'll pick ourselves a winner. And you can win some free tier goodies, as well as a signed bag from the Len Aquatics Championship signed by Hannah Miley. So those of you who are fanning yourselves in the stands here at Tollcross, all you have to do is take a photo and you could be in with a chance of winning some very, very nice prizes. Use the hashtag SummerChamps19 on Twitter. Shout out to Ian Dryden, who's already done just that. He looks very happy with his fan. He says it's not quite Ant Middleton day camp hot, but it is hot. I do agree, it's warm in here. So Katie Taylor continues to plough on. She's going to hear the bell in just 40 meters time. And in the other two lanes, Lucy Dixon just starting to pull away from Ella Falkingham here. So Katie Taylor hears the bell and enters her last 100 meters, and so too does Lucy Dixon ahead of Ella Falkingham. Three swimmers all quite spread now. All three will be looking to get inside their entry times. That will be the goal for both Ella and Lucy. Those were personal bests. Katie's was 9 minutes, 11 seconds. Can she get inside that? It's a big ask, huge ask. We're just outside it, I think. She'll be inside her entry, though, one would imagine. Question for Ella and Lucy is, can they beat their PBs? That stand at 9:28, respectively. Here comes Katie Taylor, and she's going to be outside her personal best, not by a huge amount, actually. Be well inside her entry time, which was 9:29.18. She touches in to win the first heat, 9:19.23. That is the standard set for our 19 and overs. And in comes Lucy Dixon, 9:26.91. Brand new PB for Lucy. Congratulations to her. She takes second in the heat, and Ella Falkingham 9:34.11 to complete the race. Results are confirmed, meaning we can move on to heat number 2. Here we go then, away in heat number 2. In this one, we've got Katie Leary from Royal Wolverhampton School. She's swimming in lane 0. Bobby Harper from Northampton is in 1. Daisy Hill from City of Norwich goes in 2. In 3, Marissa Booth from Wickham District. In 4, that's Harriet Oxley from City of Leicester. In 5, Molly Fisher from Rotherham Metro. In 6, Annalise Carver-Varela from Barnet Copthall. Her teammate Sophie Murray goes in lane 7 alongside her. And May Bradburn of Chelmsford completes the lineup in lane number 8. And in international news, don't forget this isn't the only competition which is featuring British swimmers at the moment. Over in Gwangju at the World Championships, that man Adam Peaty has done it again. He's a 2-time world champion at this event. He's just won the 50-metre breaststroke in a time of 26:06, which is, again, ridiculous. It's just off his world record pace, only by 9/10 of a second, or 11, I should say, which is a great effort from him. And Adam Peaty is a 2-time world champion, 50 and the 100 over in Gwangju. Huge congratulations to him and all the coaches that look after our international athletes. Great work from them. And once again, Adam Peaty sits atop the world in the breaststroke. Bit of a mix of ages in this race. Got quite a few swimmers who are swimming in the youngest age category, 13s and 14s. That's Bobby Harper, Marissa Booth, Harriet Oxley and Molly Fisher. Annalise Carver-Varela and Daisy Hill are both swimming in the seniors, while the 15-year-olds have Katie Leary, Sophie Murray and May Bradburn. And some really good youngsters in this one. Likes of Marissa Booth, who's swimming for Wickham District in lane 3. He's a national open water champion. 800 metres does not faze her one bit. It's a stroll compared to open water. Was the national champion last year at Rother Valley over 2K. At the minute, though, it's Daisy Hill who leads the way, herself and Marissa Booth very close to each other. Daisy Hill in lane 2. Daisy Hill is 6 years Marissa's senior. She's racing in the 19 and overs. So Marissa need not concern herself too much with the presence of Daisy, and likewise, behind them was level in the second group. Bobby Harper of Northampton and Harriet Oxley of City of Leicester. Marissa Booth, so consistent in her stroke. Very competitive over distance. And has a gas tank That burns for days. She could go all afternoon if she wanted to. We're getting towards the business end of this one. That is the 5:50 mark. So just 250 meters to go. Daisy Hill has gone 9:13 in the past in this race. She entered in 9:27, has a season's best in 9:26. Anywhere underneath that, I think she'll be pleased. Marissa's PB is the one she entered with, 9:27.39. She'll be looking to dip beneath that and better the time of Lucy Dixon from heat number 1. And for the time being, at least, put herself in the gold medal position for the 13 and 14-year-olds. Back come Marissa and Daisy towards the 700 meter mark. And they take the belt. Hundred meters to go for our leading swimmers. Marissa Booth looking really strong still. Remember, 9:26 is the time she needs to be inside. It would be a new PB. She's very much on for that. Just needs to keep her pace and a consistency. Here they come then, lovely stuff. 9:15.77 from Marissa Booth, a massive new personal best. Daisy Hill only just outside of hers, but she stood for a long time as well. She's got a big season's best for her personally. Harriet Oxley comes in 9:25.97, that is inside her PB. Massive swim from Marissa Booth, absolutely loves long distance. And there's a reason for that. She's very, very good at it. 9:15.77 is the new standard in the 13 to 14-year age group. And for the moment at least, she sits in the gold medal position. Now she has to play the waiting game. All of our swimmers are in and home. And those results are officially confirmed on the scoreboard for us as well, meaning we can move on to heat number 3.
So just to take you through the swimmers we got in the water for heat number 3 of the ladies 800 meters freestyle. Starting us off in lane 0, Lauren Mew for Barnet Copthall. In 1, Erin Little for Chelmsford City. In lane 2, Olivia Mason for Warrender. In lane 3, Kennedy Gordon for Guildford. Lane 4, Harriet Salisbury for City of Peterborough. Lane 5, Anya Priest for Wrecking College. Lane 6 is Frances New for Dulwich Dolphins. In lane 7, Charlotte Johnson for Mid Sussex Marlins. Lane 8 is Izzy Winter for Newcastle. And in lane 9, Ruby Wheeler for Basildon and Phoenix. So the swimmers have just passed the 250 metre mark. At the moment, Erin Little in lane 1 seems to be ever so slightly ahead, but over the course of an event like this and the distance that it entails, you can always have room for change in an 800. Obviously, age groups, a massive thing to bear in mind within the 800s, as Stephen was saying. In the last heat, top standard for the 13-14 years age group, 9:15.77 was the time to beat. So the 14-year-olds in this heat, those are Erin Little in lane 1 and Kennedy Gordon in lane 3, as well as Lauren Mew, 13 years old, in lane 0, and Ruby Wheeler, 13 years old, in lane 9, have that as a target to beat. .500 metres done now for these girls, so over halfway through the race. Three ladies in the centre of the pool seem to be using each other to push themselves forward. Harriet Salisbury in 4, Anya Priest in 5, and Charlotte Johnson in 7. Currently in 1, 2, and 3 positions. The race is more important between lanes 5 and 7 as they're both in the same age category. Lane 4, incidentally, in the lead, however, actually an age group down from the other two in the 15 years category. .200 metres left at this turn. Salisbury's into it first, then Priest, then Johnson very quickly behind her. Salisbury increasing that margin there, 1.5 seconds ahead. Of course, as I said, the real race in terms of age groups is between 5 and 7, however, who seem to be pretty evenly matched. They're both moving away from each other, going in the direction of the turn end, which means they are looking directly at each other on the home straight. So you'll find that when they turn at the far end now to come back down the last 50, they will have a great view of each other. Lane 1, Erin Little also doing very nicely. 14-year-old, she's chasing down that time set in the heat before. So here we go then. Final length for these ladies. Harriet Salisbury in lane 4 is going to come in first in the 15 years age group. Should set a nice standard to work towards for the girls that are going to come after her. There we go, 9:16.38. And then in the 16 years, Anya Priest and Charlotte Johnson. Priest just by 0.2 of a second, coming off better there, 9:17.15 versus 9:17.35. And with the final swimmer coming in there, we nicely conclude heat number 3 and move on to heat number 4. So, heat 4 swimmers for you then. In lane 0, Thea Keefe from Poole, swimming in the 19 years and over category. In lane 1, Olivia Sheehan from Wigan, 14-year-old. Lane 2, Megan Sharp from City of Leeds, 13-year-old. Lane 3, Megan Davies, 19-year-old from Barnet Copthall. Lane 4, Pearl Griffiths from Guildford is a 16-year-old. Amber Downham then from Chesterfield is in lane 6. She's 14, as is Lara Thompson from City of Leeds in the lane next to her. That's 7. In lane 8, Zoe Carlos from Wirral, and lane 9, Madison Lovell from Torfaen are both 15-year-olds. So always fun to keep track of the positions when we're on a heat declared winners race such as this. Remember, the final heat of these 800s will take place during the finals session. It will be the first swim. So we have until then before we will be able to confirm exactly where people are and what's going on as we come into the 200-meter mark. Amber Downham leading us at this stage, 2:13.98. She turned in that to be the first person at the wall. The important races here within the age categories going on between 0 and 3. They're both in the 19 years category. Then several in the 13-14 years. Remember that best still standing from heat 2, 9:15.77. To beat. So lanes 1, 2, 6 and 7 all swimming in the 13-14 years category, and then the two girls in lanes 8 and 9 swimming in the 15 years category. So really, although we're looking at one big race, in fact it's lots of little races within what you're looking at. So Pearl Griffiths in 4, taking a lead at the halfway point. 16-year-old, only 16-year-old in the race. So looking to better times from 16-year-olds that have already gone and 16-year-olds that are to come in order to achieve a place in the rankings. These long distance events often about mind over matter. Really got to have your head in the right place to be able to push yourself for 10 minutes solid. Still well now, in fact, Megan Davies in the lead here in lane 3. Pearl Griffiths dropping into second place. The 15-year-old girls in 8 and 9 starting to sneak up on us as well. Rounds 3 and 4 definitely going together. As I said before, using other swimmers to help pull you along is always useful. And in fact, if you can do it just about right, so that you have a little bit in the tank to give at the end, then it can really work out for you as well. As we hear the bells for the final 100 metres of this 800-metre swim. That turn looking at the 15-year-olds race going on between lanes 8 and 9. Zoe Carlos in 8 turned first there, and will do so again at the far end as they come into the final 50-metre swim. Into the wall they come. Time there for Zoe Carlos, 9:15.47, smashing her personal best, which coming into this was 9:23.1. Then Pearl Griffiths comes in second, 9:17.18, also smashing her personal best. And Madison Lovell comes in third. And confirming that result, we move now on to heat number 5.
Well underway with heat number 5. Running through the start list here in lane 0 from Wrekin College. It's Eve Lalou. 1, Mia Watt from Davencio. In 2 from Mount Kelly, that's Sophie Main. Megan Lever is in lane 3 from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Megan Barnes goes in lane 4, representing Barnes Swimming Club. In 5, it's Tia Wilson from Modernian. In 6 is Doncaster Darts' Chantel War. In 7, that's Aberdeen's Kaylin Hall. Jennifer Murray goes in lane 8 from North Ayrshire. And Millie Checkley from the City of Birmingham is in lane 9. So once again, a bit of a mix of ages in this, the 5th heat. No 13 and 14-year-olds in this one. We only have 2 more of those to come, 3 more, I should say. They're in the next couple of races. Just the 1 senior, though. And that's Megan Lever from City of Manchester Aquatics in lane 3. She's in the 19s and overs. In the 18s, there's Chantel War from Doncaster Darts. In the 16s, it's Eve Lalou. And Megan Barnes alongside Jennifer Murray. And the rest, Mia Watt, Sophie Main, Kaylin Hall, Jennifer Murray, my apologies, Millie Checkley rather, are all in the 15 category. Leading the way at the moment is Megan Barnes. She's going along nicely. Swims down in the London region. Took the gold last year in the English Nationals over the 400 freestyle distance. This is very much doubling up. She's got a time in of 9:14.96. Anywhere below that would be a brand new PB. I would give her a bit of a chance of a medal as well. There's not too many 15-year-olds left after, or 16-year-olds left after this event. Fair few, but not beyond the realms of possibility that Megan Barnes can drop a time which would give her a shot here. All the way in lane 0, that's Eve Lalou from Wrekin College. Her and Megan Barnes are in the same age group, so they are very much racing each other. Eve about a body length back. At the 500-metre mark, 300 to go. So whilst Megan and Eve battling out for the lead, behind them Jennifer Murray from North Ayrshire alongside Chantel Waugh and Sophie Main are the next swimmers in line for the lead. Megan Leaven not too far behind that group either. Anywhere underneath 9:10, particularly for the 15-year-olds, would give a great chance of a medal. Put them right in the mix as we head into the latter stages of these heats. As Megan Barnes is going to take the belt, how quick can she go? Going to leave Eve Lelou behind here, I think. The rest of the field all giving chase. And a decent pace too. Megan Barnes off a really quick time here if she can keep her pace up. How quick can she go in the last 50? How much has she got left to give at the end of the 800? Been splitting about 33, 34. If she does that, she's going to be inside a PB, but she wants to be even further. Leave everything in the pool. Eve Lelou is finishing strongly in lane 0. Looking at about 9:10 here. Are these two? It's a good swim from Megan Barnes. 9:10.64 for her brand new PB by 4 and a bit seconds. Great swim. Eve Lelou takes second place in 9:12.24. That's a 7-second PB for her, 7.5 actually. Sophie Main in third from Mount Kelly with 9:16.9. Some great swims all round there as we just wait for our results to be officially confirmed. And there they are up on the scoreboard for you. Barnes wins it 9:10.64. This coming up now then is heat number 6. So running through the start list. Here in Heat 6, Erin Hoyland goes in 0, City of Manchester Aquatics. Mackenzie Wyatt for City of Peterborough is in 1. In 2, that's Rebecca Flischer from Nova. In 3, Lucy Headley from Tynemouth. Isabel Griffiths from Birmingham Uni goes in 4, alongside Safira Gabani from the City of Sheffield in 5. Mia Leach from the City of Peterborough is in 6. Ella Took from Tynemouth is in 7. Emma Dixon from the City of Manchester is in 8, with Jessica Arundale from Barnet Copthall in 9. And we're going to keep an eye on Jessica Arundale. In particular, she's in the 13-14 year category, the only one in this race in that class. There's only 2 more to follow her as well. That's Laura Hodgson and Livia Kingsland in the next race. So we'll keep an eye on Jessica's time. She might not be necessarily near the front of the race. She may well be, of course, but that might not mean either way that she won't get a medal. Giving up a lot of years on some of her competitors here is Jessica Arundale. Only one competing in the 15-year category is Ella Took. We'll also keep an eye on her swim for Tynemouth. Only 3 more 15-year-olds in the next race, and that is that. So we're going to keep a particular focus of attention on Ella Took and Jessica Arundale. Anywhere near 9:10 for Jessica Arundale will be a very good time, and we'll give her a good shot of a medal. Ella Took a little bit quicker is what she'll be looking for. Of course, the likes of our leader, Safira Gabani, in the 16 years class, will certainly be hoping she can make a bit of a wave in that category. Still a fair few more 16-year-olds to come, but a good swim from Safira here could certainly put her in contention for a medal. And she's going along really nicely in the middle lane at present. Well clear of the rest of the field at the halfway stage. 4.5 minutes down in the race. If she can split that again, maths dictates she'll be on for a 9-minute time, which she would be delighted with, but that is a big if. Long way to go for Safira Gabani, but she started brilliantly. Second place, Isabel Griffiths, who is competing in the 19 and overs for Birmingham Uni. Lucy Headley is one to watch as well. She's currently in 5th place, right behind Ella Took, and the 2 swimmers from Tynemouth, both in the 15-year category. As I mentioned earlier, not many 15-year-olds still left to come. Those 2 racing each other, they'll know each other very well. They'll be pushing each other on to as quick a time as possible. Gabani still leads, and leads by a lot. Full 4 seconds, really, ahead of Isabel Griffiths, Mia Leach, and Mackenzie Wyatt. Ella Took and Lucy Headley just starting to fade on this last lap. Pace may be just getting a little bit too hot for them. Huge congrats to our international swimmers in Gwangju. Great Britain have just taken bronze in the 4x1 medley relay over at the World Championships. Brilliant effort in the mixed relay from James Guy, Adam Peaty, Georgia Davis and Freya Anderson. Hearing in my ear that the splits from Freya Anderson in particular were a sight to behold. So congratulations to all of those relay swimmers. A third medal of the championships for Peaty, another one in the bank for GB. But right now, the attention goes back in the pool as we're into the final 100 metres of this 800 heat. It's Safira Gabani who still leads and is on for a really good time here. I've almost been waiting for it to fade because she started so quickly, but the pace has just been relentless from Safira Gabani. City of Sheffield swimmer in the 16-year class. At the minute, she's going to put herself right in with the contention for a medal here with this sort of swim. It's by no means guaranteed, but it's all she can do is to go as quickly as she possibly can, and she's certainly done that. Only just going to be outside the 9-minute mark, which is a huge, huge drop of that PB. Just how much is she going to take off? In comes Safira Gabani, 9:05.17 for the City of Sheffield swimmer. That's a fantastic effort. Her previous PB, 9:12, so a huge drop from Safira Gabani. Great swims from Isabel Griffiths and Mia Leach to take second and third. Mackenzie Wyatt in fourth, Lucy Headley picking up fifth with a time of 9:15. Just waiting for those results to be officially confirmed. Which they now are, which means we can move ourselves on to heat number 7.
On to heat 7 then of this ladies 800 freestyle. Taking you through the swimmers as ever. In lane 0, Laura Hodgson for Newcastle. In lane 1, Meg Finnan for Uni of Stirling. In lane 2, Millie Emmons for Surrey University. In lane 3, Millie Boulding for City of Leeds. Lane 4 is Ella Dyson for Wickham District. In lane 5, Cara O'Toole for Hillingdon. Lane 6, Olivia Kingsland for Nova. In lane 7, Madeline Crompton for Wirral. In lane 8, Amy Hood for City of Birmingham. And lane 9, Shannon Dallaghan for Ellesmere College. Again, age groups obviously massive at play here in terms of where people can come in the overall rankings. That and swimmers swimming against the clock, which is what you're always swimming against. That's the most important thing, is that you beat yourself at the end of the day. As long as you come away and you've bettered your time, then you've done amazingly. And even if you don't better your time, then you can have learnt something from your race, which is always good because it means you're improving. So 200 metres done. At the moment, Madeline Crompton in lane 7 is ahead. As I said, age is obviously incredibly important in a heat declared winner race such as the 800 freestyle. Or important anyway in any heats, because of course they're all about qualifying for finals, but especially in this. So the highest seeded 14-year-olds are in this heat. Laura Hodgson in 0. And Olivia Kingsland in lane 6. Currently Cara O'Toole taking the lead. Only a small one, though, between her and early leader Madeline Crompton. Meg Finnan from the Uni of Stirling also doing well up in lane 1. Madeline Crompton over first. Sorry, not Madeline Crompton over first. My apologies. Cara O'Toole over first in lane 5. Meg Finnan over second. And then Millie Boulding over third. Meg Finnan really starting to come into her own here. Probably in a slightly lower heat than her ability. Her PB stood at 8:47.78, so her entry time 9 minutes 9:52. Season best a little bit quicker than that as well, 9 minutes 4. So if she'd swum the best she'd swum this year within the qualifying window, then she'd be in the centre lane or in the next heat. So expect her to do well. So everybody else in this heat entered at a PB or a season best. So 200 metres to go. Cara O'Toole very much taking control of this race now. Just under 2 seconds of a lead. Bear in mind, Cara, 16 years of age, and Meg in lane 1, 21 years of age, so totally different age categories. The officials approaching the swimmers, bells in hand, as they start to ring to signify 2 lanes to go. And on to the last length we go then. 50 metres before Cara O'Toole presumably touches first here. Meg Finnan refusing to back down though, over in lane 1. I think we can say though that it should pretty safely be O'Toole, unless anything significant happens in the next 10 metres. 5 now to go, and Cara O'Toole's going to touch first in a time of 8:58.84. Fantastic swim from her, smashing her PB out the park. That was 9 minutes 6 before today. Meg Finnan comes in second, 9 minutes 44, and Cara O'Toole comes in third, 8 minutes 58.84. We move on now to heat number 8. This is the final heat that will be swum this afternoon before we go into this evening's session, when we will swim what will actually be the fastest heat of the 800 before we get underway with the finals. That's here from 5 o'clock. Tollcross International Swimming Centre. Or of course, you can follow the action from wherever you are via the British Swimming YouTube channel, where this is all being live streamed. If you're sticking with us through these heats of the 800, do say hello. Remember, hashtag to use on social media is SummerChamps19. We love reading your tweets, and we might even read some out if they're interesting. Who knows? So, in the pool now for this 800 freestyle, heat number 8 in lane 0, Jessica Morgan for Southport. She's a 16-year-old swimmer. Then you've got 18-year-old Amelia Sansom for Wickham. 17-year-olds in 2 and 3 by way of Abby Bowden for Kingston Hull and Alicia Dingle for Royal Wolverhampton. And 2 18-year-olds in the middle of the pool, Alicia Hawkins in 4, Caitlin McKay in 5, Stockport Metro and Wickham District respectively. Lane 6, Chloe Stennett is 17, she's for Chesterfield. Then a 16-year-old in 7, Beatrice Varley for Teddington. 19-year-old in lane 8, Phoebe Griffiths for Ellesmere, and a 16-year-old in lane 9, Olivia Clare for the City of Manchester Aquatics. Definitely end up seeing medals won here, although of course we won't be able to confirm those until we see the final heat and the last swimmers have the opportunity to swim. As I said, that will take place once we get underway with the final session later on this evening. Meanwhile, the 300-meter mark, Beatrice Varley turns first, followed by Alicia Hawkins. Just to try and give you another picture of the races that are going on in terms of the age groups within this heat. 16-year-olds in lanes 0, 7 and 9, so they're all together. 18-year-olds in 1, 4 and 5. 17-year-olds in 2, 3 and 6. So actually, lanes 2 through to 6 are all, lanes 1 through to 6 are all competing in the same age group. So, in a way, if you just look at the pool between lanes 1 and 6, you've got your own little race in the middle, and then different races on the outside. Specifically between 7 and 0, they're two 16-year-olds. Phoebe Griffiths in lane 8 is the only open category, 19 years and over swimmer in this heat. Halfway through now. Beatrice Varley turning first again at the 400-meter mark. That bright orange cap at Teddington really starting to pull away now. From the pack, although lane 1, Amelia Sansom, doing quite well, alongside lane 4, Alicia Hawkins. Coaches cheering on their swimmers, trying to get them to push through these last 200 meters. Varley with a 3-second lead on the rest of the field at the moment. Coming into this race at a PB time, 9 minutes 3:47 was the personal best she had set. She won 400 freestyle bronze at this competition last year. As we approach the bells for the final 2 lengths of this last 800. Farley's lead down by half a second there, but still most certainly present. And already coming down, back towards home. Well, they're saying that. Lane 1, Amelia Samsom, pushing hard down the final length here. It is going to be Varley that takes it out, 8:54.99, which is a massive PB for her. Second, Amelia Samsom, 8:56.88, which is another PB. And then third, Alicia Hawkins, 9 minutes 1:13, which is a season best for Alicia. So that concludes the 800 meters mini session at the British Summer Championships 2019. We will be back later on today at 5 o'clock for the finals. Thank you to all of the officials, etc., for being around on poolside. And we will see you later at 5 o'clock for the finals.